Join your friends on the table. Make a check if you're able. Just fight for your life and there's nowhere left to go. Feelings surround you. Bad lights have come through. You hero tonight and you're on a roll. Can you answer the call and pay the price? He's a game of sacrifice. So
On the continent of Aurora, the home of the Hexian Empire, the Clockwork City was befelled by a terrible tragedy. The elf princess Ariadne's suitor, the dragonborn noble Zeros, was found dead on their wedding night. The ensuing events led to 4 unlikely heroes discovering an ancient cult within the city walls and their plan to bring an ancient primordial evil, Hexa, back to power. Our heroes trapped Hexa in a prison on the elemental plane and the cult was disbanded. All seemed well. They went on their separate ways and for nearly a year, peace and prosperity grew on the continent of Aurora. 1 year later, or almost 1 year later, the Air Genasi bard Rocco is on her world tour, traveling from city to city within Aurora, selling out theaters and city squares. This morning, your cart finds itself outside the gates of New Hope Harbor. It's a last-minute addition to your schedule, an addition made by your stage manager, Timbo, the rock gnome artificer, who is currently driving the cart towards the city gates.
This has been a fantastic year. Let's just reminisce on all of the exciting things we've done, Timbo.
So much good stuff.
Do you remember that one time? I sure do. It's so great being amazingly famous and beautiful and talented, and then you get to be near me, Timbo. It's so perfect for you too.
It's quite the honor.
I'm sure.
As you approach the wooden archway, a large wooden sign welcomes you to New Hope Harbor, and the stench of fish and salt hits you hard. A stout but sturdy guard comes up to you. He says, "Welcome to the harbor. Identify yourself, please."
Hi, I'm Timbo, and this is Rocco.
I'm sure you've heard of me, yes. Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's an honor for you to meet me.
Sure.
We've got a very important show to do. Which way to the mayor's office?
The mayor's office, and go straight down. When you see the graveyard, it's the building on the left. As the cart is moving, you reach a modest building, although it looks bigger than most there, which you assume is the mayor's office.
I think that's the mayor's office.
Yeah, let's head on in.
So you're knocking on the door. You can hear papers rustling and stuff, but no one's opening the door.
I kick open the door because I have arrived.
So it opens real easily, and because of your Air Genasi strength, the door literally blasts open, and you see like the dust settles, and in the rubble you see a man standing with a heap of papers, just looking ragged and disheveled. What?
I'm gonna say sorry about the door.
Boom, baby!
What?
Hello! I have arrived. It's so pleasurable to meet you. How are you doing today? You look great. My name's Rocco. You know me.
Rocco, the bard, right?
The bard, yes.
Thank you for coming at such short notice. Yeah. And then
You okay, bud?
I'm fine. Yeah, totally great. 1 second. He like goes under his table, and you hear him like rustling around something. You go, and then he comes back up, and he's like, "Woo! We're having our seasonal festival this week. It's a bit of hustle and bustle, and to top it all, the bard, the local bard, he left without a word. We can't find him anywhere, and if we don't have some entertainment here, the people will riot. They're fucking animals. You can take these letters," he like pulls out these letters that he's stamping, "to the local inn, and they'll put you up for the night. I'll have someone come and get you tomorrow for the performance. In the meantime, you know, take in the sights and sounds, not the smells."
Here's some other stuff we can maybe take in.
Yeah. Anyway, I have to go. I'm like chasing down a lead or whatever. So you know how it is.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks again. And he just like gets up and he sprints out of the office.
All right. So let's go
Check out the inn.
check in the inn, I guess.
The inn is known as the Rusty Whistle Inn and Tavern.
I go up to the bar because man, oh man, do I need a drink.
So the bartender looks at you. He's a bald man with a big bushy beard.
Have you heard of a Martuna?
I like it. So he goes down and he quickly puts together what looks exactly like a martini, and then instead of an olive on a stick, there's a little fish.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Are you having a martini?
Yeah, well, I was gonna try to do a trout stout. Are you familiar?
I have no idea what that is, but I can.
Yeah, wing it, buddy, wing it.
All right. So then he puts together a quick drink, and it's in a big beer mug, and it's really opaque.
New favorite drink, new go-to.
All right. So as you guys are chatting, a waitress walks up to you. Hello, my name is Kara. I'll be your waitress for the evening. What could I get you? We have well, it's lunchtime, so we've got lamb stew and some cheeses, carrots, dates.
I'll have the lamb stew though, for realsies though.
I think I'll just do 3 carrots, keeping it light. All right, cool. I got a good feeling about it then. We're gonna rock this town.
We're gonna rock this town all night long.
So then as time passes, you're eating and just sort of getting accustomed to the sights and smells. You notice a figure in a green cloak walks up to you, pulls a chair and sits down. And she pulls down the hood to reveal her face, and you recognize Poppy, the elf ranger you worked with before, but you haven't seen her in nearly a year.
Hey, Poppy!
Hey guys.
What's up?
So Noxus and I traveled to the city to find Noxus's friends
Sorry, what? I got distracted by the concept of Narcissus having friends.
because Noxus is missing.
Where did you last see her?
As time you guys are having this conversation, Kara comes over and she's like, "How is everything? How
It's bad, our friend is missing. I mean, that's not on you, but just so you asked, and I told you.
Have you seen like a demon-y looking girl?
Or have people gone missing in this town before?
you know, it's a dock, so people come and go."
Well, so did you see her this morning anywhere? Because I went to her room and I couldn't find her.
I don't work the morning shift. You can speak to Sue. She's the other waitress on the other side. She's over there.
Hey, Sue! That's Sue!
So Sue over there, from there, like, hears very rudely you calling her. Sort of comes over and she's like, "Yeah, what?"
Hey, hi Sue. So did you see the tiefling person in the morning? Her name is Noxus. Did you see her go anywhere?
She says, "No."
Okay.
Well, if that's all you need, this is a busy freaking place, so.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Sue.
I'm gonna go outside for a second. Will you come with me, Kara?
I can't really leave my station. Wait.
So I'm gonna slip outside for a second, and I'm gonna use disguise self to look like her.
Okay.
So I'm gonna come back and try to talk to what's her face as Kara. I'm gonna go up to Sue and be like, "Those people, can you believe them? So rude."
She's like, "Yeah."
Did you even see the tiefling?
You know I saw her, man. I just didn't like those people, so I don't.
Wonder where she is. Wonder where she is.
Yeah, you know both.
Damn. I really love our talks, Sue.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
You know what's going on in the city, right?
But what do you think is going on in the city?
Why didn't you meet me here later tonight, after midnight?
All right.
So she like stubs a cigarette and she goes,
And I go, empty.
I said I didn't have any too good conversations on my end. I asked somebody about the fish smell. He said it's because of the fish. I said that makes sense. And we just kind of stood there for about 5 minutes. 'Cause I rolled a 3.
Fucking funny.
yeah, so okay, while you're talking to that guy, there's another dude in like a big overcoat and he's like, "Psst, what up, little man?
Hey, not too much bigger man.
You looking to have some fun?"
I mean, what kind of fun?
I don't know if you noticed, but this place kind of stinks.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I noticed that for sure.
You want something that'll fix that?
Yeah, all right, yeah, definitely.
This is white dragon ash.
Is it expensive? Or is this just a sample?
I'll give this one to you for free.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, thank you very much. I'm Timbo, by the way. Thanks for the free sample, and you let me know if there's anything I can ever give you. You know, I don't necessarily know the value of what you've given me, but if you think of something comparable, I can.
And he's like, "Well, nice to meet you, man. My name's Jack. And
Jack.
I'll see you around."
I think I do a tiny bit of it, not the whole thing.
Poppy, as you turn to see Timbo, you see his eyes dilate and he falls over into the crowd, and you don't see him anymore.
I fucking rushed to him. I'm like, Timbo, what the fuck are you doing? Timbo.
You run up towards where Timbo is, and you sort of part the crowd, and you get there, and there's no one there. Timbo's gone. Near the back of the bar, you see Sue and a big, sort of burly man next to her, and they look at each other and then they start walking back.
I want to follow them. I want to figure out what's going on.
And you see there's another door that leads towards the stables.
What do you mean you don't want to do this anymore? We have to. There's nothing. We're in this together, okay? I don't know, Sue. I'm just. Look at me, okay? This is for our people. Be quiet, and I'll see you at midnight.
The door opens and Sue sees you and she's like, what the fuck? What? Excuse me, what are you two doing here?
I mean, it's
we're
an inn.
staying
We're talking
here?
We're staying here. Like,
So rude. The service.
is this
here,
how
I
you serve
swear
your?
to
Is this how you
God.
serve customers? Like, how dare you? You were rude this morning, and you're rude again.
Where is your hospitality liaison? I wish.
Where is your manager?
You guys really think we have a manager?
I'm gonna
Then you
talk
need to
the
get
mayor.
one.
We're talking
You
to
need
the
to get
mayor.
one.
I know the mayor.
I know what this is about. Okay, come here, come closer. I'll tell you everything.
Fine, I'll get closer, but I'm gonna make it awkward for you.
So as soon as you come closer, she lifts her hand, she goes,
Fucking blow it back. I'm an air genasi. I don't have to breathe.
hits her in the face, she fucking passes out, hits the ground, she's out. Timbo. You wake up and you realize that you're a little tied up. You turn to your right and you see Narcissus is also tied up.
Welcome.
The powder, right? Was it the powder?
Yep.
I'm gonna call out for Hector. Hector!
You call for Hector and he like pops out of one of your sleeves.
Alright, and I'm gonna tell Hector to go to town on these ropes.
Hey, where did you get this squitter?
Oh yeah, it's my friend Hector. I think I found him in a forest. We're super tight.
The door opens and a man walks out. You recognize him as Jack.
Hey, what's up, Jack?
He's like, look man, no hard feelings, alright? It's either you or me.
But why do you say it? Why do you say you or me? Who's making you do this?
Unfortunately, I can't say that.
Is it Sue?
I mean, yeah, Sue. I can say that. It's Sue.
So, hey Jack, how about we do a few lines?
Well, this is not a party, man.
Buddy, I'm saying this for your sake. You seem really sad.
Yeah, man.
I think it'll help you.
Well, I could use something to take the edge off, but Sue would probably kill me if she saw me like this.
She wouldn't know.
You know what? One hit wouldn't hurt. Oh shit! And he's like standing up, like I feel like I could eat a fucking elephant. He turns around and he like fucking rams out of the door. He leaves the door open. He just fucking.
Fuck yes, Timbo!
Yeah. So you step out and you notice that on your right is the mayor's office, and then on your left is the graveyard.
Ah, we were in there the whole time.
Oh shit! So we start heading towards the end because we think that we should be around.
So as you're heading towards the inn, you start hearing like weird little scuttly noises. You hear like.
Oh, you hear that?
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Maybe we just proceed with caution.
You see these bright red eyes.
Oh no.
The figure sort of steps out of the shadows, and it's this amalgamation of rats, like hundreds of rats, just like.
Rat King!
It is now time, my brothers, to step out of the sewers and take our rightful place. It is I, your new deity, the Rat King.
Then it's a fight. How about this? I have a tinder box, right, which makes fire. But if I turn it inside out, maybe it makes stuff cold.
Nice.
Engineering. Maybe some of the water from my water skin. I'm gonna do ray of frost on the one.
So you're like a fire breather. You like take a drink of the water, and then a ray of ice shoots out. So 7 of those rats get taken down there.
So I'm gonna do an unarmed strike on like whatever rats I can find. So I'm like just going into that fray and going whatever.
One of the rats, as you're punching, just grabs onto your arm and bites you, and you take 2 damage.
Yeah. So now I want to use Hellish Rebuke.
So as soon as they bite you, your eyes sort of go red, and the rat catches fire, and then 6 of them around you go, and they just sort of burst into ashes.
Do you think I should pretend to be Kara and act like I'm saving her and see if we can get her to take us to where she needs to go?
That's a good idea. So I guess I'll just hide then while you do that.
Okay, so she wakes up and she's like,
Kara, you have to help me. You gotta get me out of here, man.
Of course.
Oh, they probably figured out where their friends are. Come on, we gotta go talk to the dock master right now.
Okay, whatever you need. This is so strange. Please tell me everything on the way. I don't understand what's going on at all.
Okay, come on. She takes your hand and you start running. She like takes off running.
I follow them sneakily.
She's running and like at top speed she's running. You're like Mission Impossible like
Do a nice jump. I'm like, parkour.
and you run. They run towards the dockyard. Now back to you guys. It is the Rat King's turn. The Rat King is like,
How you've killed so many of my minions, but no matter, we're all connected in soul and tail.
and you notice that like all the rats are sort of their tails are tied together. And he goes, as it sort of bursts open, and one little rat bursts out and starts flying towards you.
Rat cannon.
Hector jumps on your shoulder and then jumps out and fucking slaps the rat in the fucking face. You hear in your head you hear something like,
You have protected the small, and now the small will protect you.
I start crying.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another unarmed strike, but what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to dig like the end of my heels into how many other tails I can find at this point.
So yeah, you start slamming your heel and trying to aim for the tails, and you can hear like this squealing. It's like,
No, my brothers! Flee! Flee! The Rat King has been defeated, but he will return once more!
and the rats just sort of scatter and they start scattering in different directions. No more Rat King. Okay, back to you guys. So you reach the door, you've knocked on the door opens, and you see this, who you assume is the dockmaster is like this elderly man. His beautiful mustache that twirls up like this. And so you see him and he's like,
Well, hello there, ladies. How may I be of assistance to you at this late hour?
She's also.
and Sue is like,
Ah, man, we've been made. All right, let's calm ourselves now. Come on inside and we'll have some tea and it'll be all taken care of in a moment.
I am uncomfortable.
he ushers you in, and just as he's closing the door, he looks out. He looks at you and he sees that like you're like on one of the roofs because you've been like jumping over roofs yelling parkour, and so he like flicks his mustache. You hear like this crashing sound of a wave. The wave hits you and then you fall off the roof and then you hit the ground. You take 13 damage.
13.
And then he closes the door. And as you turn the corner, you see a fallen puppy.
Oh, hi guys. Good to see you, Naxos. And you're an idiot. Why? Thankful. I'm happy to see you. Happy to see you alive. Happy to see you safe.
Thank you.
Why would you take some strange white powder from a stranger?
He didn't feel like a stranger. His name was Jack and he was really cool.
So Sue is like,
Well, I don't know what to tell you. There's some adventurers here, I think. They're like, So, Kara, how are you involved in all of this then?
I don't know anything.
Tell me, Kara, are you familiar with the Kuo-toa?
I am not.
All right.
so then he turns around, he walks towards this bookshelf, and he pulls out a book.
The deep myths and monsters of the ocean. The Kuo-toa resemble a grotesque cross between human and fish. In their prison of the Underdark, the Kuo-toa came into contact with the Illithid. Nearly every Kuo-toa was driven hopelessly mad. In their insane state, the Kuo-toa gained the ability to invent gods to protect them. Kuo-toa could grant godlike status to any creature they decided was worthy. They need regular sacrifice to give their deity power and themselves power, which is why humans drove them out. So Kuo-toa are real?
Oh, yes, and they can create deities of people that they see and deem worthy, and I am such a worthy candidate.
A whole day has passed and you haven't rested, so you're all gonna take 1 point of exhaustion. So you guys see that there's a total of 2 guards.
I just want to sneak up from behind. I want to do non-lethal, like unarmed attack, where I just like attack him and sort of like knock him unconscious.
So so you totally in one like deft swoop get him in a chokehold, and you're just like shh, and you just put him to sleep.
Okay, I do the same thing that Poppy did, but on the other side with the other dude.
So seeing what Poppy did, try to do the same thing. You're not tall enough to reach the guy, so you just sort of jump and like grab his shoulders, and then he like flips around, he turns around, and you get on top of his shoulders, and now you're piggybacking him, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
Maybe I'll try to get him with that ray of frost thing again.
It, instead of becoming like a spike of frost or like a ray, it's just like a little snowball and just sort of hits him in the face. Is this a fucking prank? Are you some fucking weird kids? This shit is this? And so he opens the door and you enter this underground chamber which is lit by torches, and in the center of it there's a big pool of water, and around it are hundreds of these gross fish-like creatures.
The fish smell is explained. Do you serve them or do they serve you? Is this some sort of parasitic relationship?
I would say it is more of a symbiotic relationship where there is give and there is take. I give them a human and they give me powers. And in saying that, he grabs Sue and he slits her throat and throws her into the pool. And then a bunch of the Kuo-toa jump into the water, and you can hear like they start devouring her.
And I just turn to him and go, "Da fuck! This does not give great employee-employer relationship. This is not how managers behave."
And then he looks at you and he sort of raises a hand at you, and tentacles just like burst out of the ground and start engulfing you. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. You are not my employee.
Thunderwave, how?
Thunder and lightning goes out in a radius, and when he takes 14 damage and he gets knocked back when he hits the wall, and then all of these guys also get, they all fall back. You all hear a thunder wave go off from inside. Jags, you want to say?
So I want to fucking do the same thing to the guy. I just like attack him.
You see that your friends are in danger, you take a running start, you clock him in the fucking face, and he just goes out cold, hits the ground.
Yeah, we're gonna run inside.
So then the Kuo-toa's turn, they see you and they're like, and they start coming towards you.
Yeah, I have 2 blood swords and I'm gonna behead both of these fish boys.
And you go, and one of them you get straight in the face, and it just slices off to the side and starts to bleed. It's like, and it like falls over. And
Feel the fillet, fish.
Poppy, you barge into the area and you see all of this around you.
So I want to use both my daggers, one in each hand, one for each arm, so that he can't wave again. I can't wave me again. That's what I would like to do.
Okay, yeah. So you run up to him and you take your 2 daggers, and one dagger gets stuck on his like shoulder plate, and the other one goes, and you've done 12 damage. Well, that was very painful. Alright, Narcissus, now you've run into the area.
So I have no weapons, and the only thing I can use is the Hellish Rebuke, so I'm just gonna attack him with an unarmed strike.
So you run up to him and you start punching towards him, and he just like easily, he slaps them out of the way, and he sort of does this big flowy motion with his hand and slaps you guys out of the way, and like you feel this like huge body of water hit you guys in the face. So you've taken 8 damage from the hit, you go flying, you hit the pillar, and then the back of your head hits the pillar and you take 2 damage.
I have 3 HP left.
Okay, so now I'm gonna use Hellish Rebuke.
Your eyes go white again, you catch fire, and his hand starts to catch fire, and he takes 10 damage. And he's like, oh, this genuinely hurts.
We broke him.
Timbo, you have now arrived.
So I'm gonna do super jump.
Try to hit him when you're done.
Oh, can I try to land on him?
Oh yeah, totally. You leap into the air really high, and as he's seeing you, he's like, well, that is quite an impressive leap you have there, young man.
From there, I whisper, "Thank you."
And you land like just butt first in his face, and he hits the ground, and he takes 2 bludgeoning damage. His nails extend out into claws, and he just like slashes at you as you go. That's a natural 20.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna get close to my buddy. Yeah, longsword busy.
Run up to him and you swing with your longsword, and he sees you, and you can see like a slight smirk on his face, and he just sort of slaps it out of your hand, and it literally leaves your hand and hits the ground. It's about 5 feet away.
And I'm like, bro.
Alright, so it's the Kuo-toa's turn. Reaches its hand inside the water and goes, and the blood goes inside of him, and then he turns and looks at Frederick, and he spits blood, and it hits him, and he heals.
I didn't know fish could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna use a healing potion for sure.
And you heal 5 HP. So Fred is like, well, I am not one to be too proud to admit when I am on the losing side, so I will bid you adieu.
What the fuck? He's running away.
So he like runs up towards the steps, and just as he's doing that, he's gonna just like splash some of the water down behind him, and tentacles are gonna sprout up.
Oh, no.
So the tentacles sprout out of the ground, and everyone dodges except for Timbo.
I hope this doesn't awaken something.
Everyone else can see like his veins are turning purple, and he starts to puke purple sludge.
I'm just like, this whole day has been such a trip.
Timbo, what are you gonna do?
Well, first I gotta do math. 23 minus 7. Does anybody know what that could possibly be?
16.
We'll never know, I guess. Let me do Ray of Frost. It's a cantrip.
So you like use the little bit of spit and like the sweat around you and the poison, and you shoot a ray of frost, but it's a poisonous.
Oh.
And the spike of frosty poison goes through his heart, and he's like, oh, that's gonna do it. And then he goes down, and poof, and then he just like melts into a puddle.
Ooh, Timbo got him!
The Kuo-toa are like, and then they all turn around and jump into the water and swim away.
I'm walking up to him and like cutting him out. Like, this is why we don't take drugs from strangers. He's cursed or something?
My health is okay, but I think I am cursed and poisoned and stuff.
How do we fix
You hear a sort of rustling sound from upstairs, and you hear like muffled like.
Alright. Breathing on my shoulder. Like,
I need a good bath to get rid of the fish smell.
As you open the door, and you notice that the mayor is in there. He's been tied up and gagged, and also your friend Ricky.
Oh yeah, my friend Ricky, what up?
Yeah, it's Ricky's like,
Oh man, it's so great to see you, Narcissus. This is just, wow, this is just a great day, isn't
is
it?
he like Spider-Man?
Oh man, Mr. Stark.
and at the same time the mayor's like, hey, thanks for saving my town. You guys are like real heroes. Do you know what happened? What was going on? I know that, okay, so I know that the Dark Master was the bad guy.
He was a god.
He was a god or a goth?
I have to sleep. I don't have time to explain.
Awesome. So you guys head back after a very difficult day and finally reunited, finding all your friends.
I'm taking a bath tonight because I want to like.
It's not even the worst I've smelled.